Robin Stitt does appear as in person as plaintiff. Titan Moving, the gentleman known as Brian on the screen, are you with Titan Moving?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, and we have a petition for, as I recall, double check my computer here, small claims petition. And it is alleged that Ms. Stitt, apparently you hired Titan Moving and used their services, and you're now claiming that during their moving, they damaged a refrigerator, some wall and floor damage was done, and you're seeking additional charges. Okay, what are the additional charges in number 3? They charged you additionally and you don't think you should be responsible? Is that what you're saying?
So what happened is the foreman that was supposed to be supervising the new trainee did not supervise him, and he broke my refrigerator. And I worked with Mr. Titan to try to get that repaired. He dodged me for months. My food ended up spoiling in my fridge right before Thanksgiving, and I had to buy a brand new fridge because he neglected to fix the fridge that his employees broke.
All right, well, let's
We
stop
went back
just
and
a
forth.
moment. Okay, so Titan Moving, is that owned by you, sir?
Yes, by me and my wife,
And your name is Brian Titan, is that correct?
Brian Shields.
Brian Shields. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Brian, Bryan, Shields, traditional spelling.
Right.
And your wife's name?
Angela.
And is she here today?
No.
Is her last name Shields as well?
Yes.
So Titan is not the name of a person, it's literally just the name of the business?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
You're here as the defendant. Okay, so Miss Stitt, when did you contact Titan Moving to use their services?
I initially contacted them in August, and they did a move. They did one move for us. They did so well, in fact, that I actually tipped their movers $100 a piece.
All right, now, what kind of business are you in that you use their services? Apparently, you didn't just have a one-time personal move.
We did. My husband's a combat disabled war veteran.
Okay.
And moved houses, and so I had them come and move our furniture during one day. And then on August 29th, I had them come out and do more moving for us. And that was when we had requested the initial 2 movers would come back and do the work, and Mr. Titan said yes. So
the first 2 movers, excuse me, the first 2 movers you were very happy with, but they didn't get all the move taken care of.
No, it was too much of a job. We still had more work to do.
And you were moving were within what, somewhere in Greenwood County or?
6 miles. Yeah, we moved from the city, so from Eureka to the country.
Okay, all right. First day went well. That was in August of 24?
Yes. And
okay,
then
so come back again and use the same movers, no problem. And then what happened?
Mr. Titan didn't send the same movers.
Okay, when you say Mr. Titan.
Mr. Shields, I'm sorry. I've always known him as Mr. Titan.
Sure, understood. Okay.
Mr. Shields sent a foreman, an employee that he said worked there, and then a trainee, a new hire. And he says, you're going to get 3 for 1.
Okay.
And so he sends the gentleman, all 3 of them. The new trainee was not supervised. He disassembled my refrigerator. When he reassembled it, he put 2 washers on one door and then forced the door shut. This broke the seal that seals the 2 doors together. It broke the guide, and it also broke the ice maker. And the mover argued with me that it was put back together. And I said, sir, with respect, it may be put back together, but it's not put back together correctly. The door
Was
continues to ding.
this the supervisor, the employee, or the
This
trainee?
was the trainee, and the supervisor was continuously correcting the trainee. It was just, honestly, it was a circus. They put a hole in my wall. They scratched my floor. I told Mr. Shields, I'm handy. You know, I understand. I can fix the hole in the wall. I'm a little sore about the floor, but oh well. Can you please come fix my fridge? Because this was your employee's fault. And my fridge is being held together with duct tape.
Okay.
And at first, he seemed hesitant to agree that this may be his employee's fault. And then we have a text thread that I had sent in to the assistant, Your Honor. And I was very patient for months. And I said, you know, hey, let's get this done. Can you please send someone to fix my fridge? He claimed the parts were on back order. I called Samsung myself. They said, no, they're not on back order. But the principle of it is I was not going to purchase these parts when he said he was going to fix my fridge.
Okay. So it's a Samsung fridge, and how old was it?
I think we bought it in 2021 or 2022.
And tell me a little bit more about it. What kind? What?
It was a large one. I believe it was 26 or 29 cubic feet, maybe. It was, you know what? I can probably tell you because what I replaced it with was the equivalent. And it is well, naturally, it's not going to tell me. It is a French door where it has the freezer on the bottom. It had an ice maker on the front with a water dispenser. Stainless steel. I still have the actual broken fridge. It's outside. I haven't
Does
gotten
it have any value at all? Scrap value, metal? Scrap dealers taking it?
I don't know.
Hadn't
I
thought about that. Okay.
no.
All right. So what brings you to court today? You couldn't agree on whether he was responsible or what the amount of damage was?
He wouldn't
I'll
fix
get
it.
to you, sir. I'll give you a chance. Go ahead.
He wouldn't fix it. He agreed that this was something that he would fix. He texted me. He said he would send out an appliance repairman. He never did. A month and a half went by. I said, sir, can we please come to a resolution and fix my fridge? At this point, we were holding it together with duct tape and manually sealing the door assemblies when we would open and close the fridge. He said, okay, I've sent a claim in to my insurance and we will take care of this.
Okay,
A
so
month went by.
this happened the last, what you say, August 28 or something?
29th, yes.
29th. And then you told me that you were still without a fridge and bad food in November during Thanksgiving.
Yes.
What happened there? So you'd been holding it together with duct tape, but what happened in November that the food went bad?
So the door assembly, and I don't know if you have the text messages I sent
Well,
in.
you're going to have to offer any exhibits you want me to look at, because I don't look at evidence before trial.
Okay, I've sent that in, Your Honor. That's
All right, so what do you want to offer as evidence?
it was the email that I had sent Missy Neighbors with the text message threads showing the pictures of the damages and the conversation between
Missy,
Mr.
do
Shields
you
and I.
have photographs that she submitted?
Yes, let
You
me
can screen share those maybe?
find them real quick.
We're not contesting the damage to the fridge.
All right, okay, well, that will, oh, I still would like to see them, but that.
Yeah, no, I
that-
understand.
Okay, so what are we, I'm gonna switch now to you. What are you contesting today?
Well, I'm not contesting anything. I've been actually looking for the ice maker and the flipper assembly for the refrigerator. I went to Samsung USA's website and tried to order them. They were both showing back order the last time I was on there. Our live,
That's been August
Yeah.
to September, October, November, December, January,
yeah.
February. That's been 6 months. You can't expect her to go without a refrigerator for 6 months.
No, that's
Yeah.
understandable as well. You know, I actually have I sent an email actually in the Samsung support. I mean, I can generate that to show you. I basically was just waiting for the parts to come and get an email that say, hey, you have the parts available. Because the ice maker, we've never damaged an ice maker before. I don't know how that happened, but I take Miss Robbins' word for it that it was fine beforehand and we somehow damaged it.
Okay.
That's not a
So
problem.
you are taking responsibility for the damage.
Yeah,
And what are you contesting then? She's wanting,
I'm
are you
not. I just,
wanting the price of the full purchase price of the new refrigerator, Miss Sid? Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, repairing it or having us rent it. If he would have rented us a fridge, we could have avoided.
Tell me where the figures are coming from that you're wanting today.
So the moving services, I spent $850.77 on moving services that
850 and how much?
and 77 cents.
All right. That
He
was
refunded me. Oh, sorry.
okay. You paid all that?
He refunded me $100 out of that.
And what was that refund for?
For the headache, I believe it was for the headache of having the mover argue with me and
All right, Mr.
kind of
Shields, what was that
just-
$100 fund for?
it just took him, at the time, if I recollect correctly, it took him longer to deal with the refrigerator than perhaps it should have been.
Okay,
He was an appliance delivery person for Lowe's before he came to work for us. And so we didn't feel like he was inexperienced in what he did, but apparently there was some, an issue with the refrigerator at Mrs. Stitt's home. So,
okay,
but we still, even to this day, if you found those parts, I mean, I'd buy them for you today. I could not find them. I literally couldn't. And then of course, I don't keep
Okay.
checking every week. I mean, I just get busy working.
okay, hang on a minute, I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
All right. So you asked for 850, but that is not the figure I was seeing here. I'm showing that
Full
you're
invoice.
wanting, hang on, I'm talking to her, but I'll get right back to you, sir. I understand you are demanding judgment against the defendant for $4,912.48. And then you say recovery of this personal property. Not sure what you mean there, plus cost. You've got moving services, $850.70. Spackle, was that for fixing the wall at $599?
yes,
Refrigerator replacement. So the new refrigerator cost you $2,455.72.
yes,
You lost food in the amount of about $500. Flooring, $1,000. Did you spend $1,000 to fix just the damage they did?
I have not fixed the floor. I'm unsure on how to handle that, Your Honor, because we just bought this house. We had just moved into it, and I don't know if there's even there's no flooring left here. I would have to contact the seller.
All
to
right, well, let me ask you a little more about that. Okay. The moving services you've explained, that's what it cost you, but then he gave you 100 back, but you still are seeking the full amount of moving?
I am.
Okay, okay. And you went to the store and paid 500 or $5.99 for spackling to fix the wall. Did you get the wall fixed with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Then you bought a new refrigerator and you're asking for full price of the refrigerator, the $2,455.72.
Yes.
Then the food, do you have any evidence to show the amounts that you spent for the refrigerator, the food?
I do. I have invoices for the refrigerator. I have Walmart receipts for all of the Thanksgiving food I prepared. I was trying to
Okay,
prepare food.
does Missy have that?
I don't have the food receipts, but I have given her the receipts for the moving services and for the refrigerator.
All right. Is there any issue, I'm not asking you whether you owe it, but Mr. Shields, is there any argument that her refrigerator cost that? Do you want her to show you the receipt for it?
No, I'm actually still happy to buy those parts for the refrigerator that I couldn't find. The
Okay,
customers,
okay, okay.
welcome to find
Hold
those
on. All
parts
right,
as well.
hang on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it
Yeah.
streamlined. Now, the flooring. Do you have pictures of the floor before and after?
I wouldn't really have anything close up of the before of the floor, other than what was published on Zillow when we purchased our home. The flooring is the scratches are deep, but they're small.
Is it
It's
wood
nothing.
flooring, vinyl flooring?
It's laminate vinyl flooring. So it's not something that if I take it out, the click lock mechanism, those generally break. So you can't just pull some out, fix one plank, put more back in.
Okay, I can work with what you've given me up to the point of the flooring. You're gonna have to prove to me what damage was done and what it costs to fix it. So what do you have to show me that?
So the damage is in the evidence I submitted to Missy Neighbors.
Is it in photos or documents?
I sent a PDF and it is a thread of Mr. Shields and I's text messages where I sent him the pictures of the damages.
All right, Missy, are you available to offer that PDF as a exhibit 1 for the plaintiff?
Yes, there's a whole bunch of stuff, so.
It's all in the one PDF.
Mhm.
Can you just put that on and scroll through it and let her show me what she wants me to see in that?
Final answer, this year is done with dispatch.
Okay.
I hear someone else talking. Who is that?
Oh, it's an officer that was needing to talk
Oh,
to.
okay, that's from you. I thought maybe it was one of the
Oh.
witnesses possibly. Okay. All right, now this on the screen, you're sharing the PDF that you want us to consider as plaintiff's exhibit 1, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, okay, and on the screen, I'm looking at what would appear to be copies of text messages, is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, Your Honor.
And can you state the date of those?
I can. Yes, Your Honor.
What is it?
They start on August 29th, and the last text message was sent I would have to pull up.
All right, they start on August 29th. Any objection to the text messages being considered, Mr. Shields?
No, we had very pleasant, there's a good interchange of back and forth here. And honestly, still to this date, I'm waiting for Samsung to email me back when they have the parts available. The carrier liability for a moving company is limited to 30 cents per pound per item. And we were going way above and beyond to purchase those outright. I mean, our liability on the entire refrigerator is about $180.
What
Just
law
due
do
to
you have? What law do you have for me to consider that says movers are only limited to so many dollars in damages?
it's a Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration
Can you tell me the
ruling.
site? Can you tell me the site for that law? So
I can send it to you. I don't have it here in front of me. I've got a copy of our work order here, and Yeah, the valuation at the federal level is 30 cents, and that's passed on to the states. We pay double that, which is 60 cents per pound per item.
All right,
So
so
I mean,
you're saying you acknowledge that your people, your company damaged her refrigerator and that in 6 months you have not done anything to replace it. And you're saying that at this point, what you're willing to do is continue to try to locate some parts and put them on? Is that what you're telling me?
absolutely, and pay the full price for the parts. Like I said, we've never damaged an ice maker before, and then the flipper assembly is not a very complex. It's the item that goes between both of the doors, and they get brittle, and the top piece broke during the move, and so it was just a matter of literally finding those parts.
Well,
I
she
don't
said
know.
that refrigerator was only a couple of years old. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think it's very old
So
at
in a couple
all.
of years, it got brittle?
Well, that's what I said. I don't know exactly, but I have heard from, in fact, repairmen at the furniture shop in both El Dorado and Wichita that sometimes those flipper, there's an item at the very top that catches the door when you shut it, but then rotates this flat piece that's in between both of the doors to provide a
Yeah.
seal. And apparently there's issues with that. And I'm not an appliance expert, but that's what I've been told.
Well, I could see that if it had some age to it, but in just
Yeah.
years, I can't. Well, sir,
Yeah.
I'm kind of, you don't think you have any responsibility for her going 6 months without a refrigerator that your company broke?
I never stopped looking for it, Your Honor.
What did
I
you
still haven't.
expect her to do in the last 6 months for a refrigerator?
Find some used parts, I guess. I don't know how to
Not
find
your
all of those
problem, it was
parts.
her problem? Is that what I'm hearing you say? It's
No,
not your problem, I couldn't find the parts.
yeah.
She could go do it. She didn't need a
I
refrigerator.
contacted the repairman in Eureka, Kansas. There's a repairman on the refrigerator that lives probably right down the street from Miss Robin. He gave me the information on the flipper assembly and the ice maker. I
Why
went to
didn't you hire him to
Samson.
go fix it if he could do it?
He said he just needed the parts.
What's
And
the
so
guy's name?
I'll look it up for you. Robin knows him. What's the gentleman's name there in Eureka, Miss Robin?
Your Honor, Stanley Porter. I
Yeah,
spoke with
Stanley.
Stanley Porter about this, and Mr.
Yeah.
Porter stated he felt like Mr. Titan just, and I think I even have this in a text, that Mr. Titan just didn't really seem like he wanted to pay for something like this.
All right, I'm not gonna really consider what Stanley Porter says because
Hmm.
he's not here and you're both saying he said this, he said that. So without him here, I don't know how to assess what he did or didn't say, and it's inadmissible hearsay. Yeah, I think on that refrigerator, it's pretty clear that the movers broke it. The movers couldn't find parts to repair it. They couldn't expect Miss Sid to find the parts, so I don't buy that argument. She couldn't go without a refrigerator for 6 months or more. And so I think she was well within her right to do the only thing she could do and buy a new refrigerator. Do you have the invoice you say for me to look at? Miss Stitt, do you have the invoice?
Yes, it was
All right,
sent in,
let's look at the invoice. Let's show me what you paid for it. Let's offer proof. And then Missy, apparently that's in that same
it's at the
exhibit.
very last page. I purchased it on November 23rd.
And that was before or after Thanksgiving?
Before.
How many days before? A week?
Uh,
Few days?
I can't remember exactly what day it fell on this year, but it was
Okay.
a week or less. Yes. I had food in there that we were getting prepared. We had 30 people.
30 people and you'd already bought your meal?
I had bought, yes, I'd been working on buying a lot of it.
And then it
that
got
was,
spoiled?
that's
How is it came to spoil?
so the flipper assembly, that's the invoice for Mr. Shields. You might go up one more page.
That's the moving invoice.
Yeah, and
That-
actually, that's a good point of interest there because it shows you the valuation statement for the 60 cents per pound on the left side. Not to stop what you were already looking for, but that's something you might want to look at, Judge.
All right, Missy, can you find what she paid for the refrigerator?
It's that one right there, that, yep, that one right there, Missy,
Blow
thank
that
you.
up where I can see it. Can't see it. Can you make it any bigger? All right, so you bought it from Metro Appliance on Hillside in Wichita. The refrigerator itself was $1,896.98. Then they charged you for delivering it, is that right?
That's correct, yes. My husband is a combat disabled war veteran. He cannot move things.
All right, so if you'll scroll down to the total, Missy.
And the food spoiled, Your Honor, because as Mr. Shields stated, the flipper assembly in the center that seals both of the doors to the refrigerator, there is a knob on the top of that. That knob goes into a guide, like it guides into a little channel, and it will seal the door in its place. Well, when the new mover put two washers on the same side of the door, he lifted the door up. When he pushed it shut, it broke the ice maker and it broke that knob off. Well, with that knob not wanting to go in there, that channel, it wasn't going behind the door. When you shut the doors, you can't go in behind it and seal the doors. So you're trying to manually make sure that it's in the right channel and then shut the door behind it. But one morning we woke up and it just wasn't shut well enough, and the fridge was not at a food safe temperature.
Okay, and that's why you had to replace Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes. We were doing everything, and I was being as patient and as kind as I could be by having my fridge duct taped together. And I feel like I have been above and beyond as a customer. And I don't feel that I will leave it at that,
Okay.
Your Honor.
I didn't have any trouble at all with you, Robin. I thought you were very gracious. I just could not, I hadn't found the parts. And I know you knew I was trying to find them. And I've got an email to Samsung to show you. I just have not received anything back from them. So, but I understand it.
I
All right,
understand.
folks,
Mr.
hang
Shields.
on.
So I apologize for that. The trouble you've had to deal with on that.
Okay, this is not a chit chat. I'm being very informal, but
Yes, ma'am.
let's just give me a minute here. So this older refrigerator is sitting outside in the weather?
Yep, and it's just sitting there because the new movers that brought the new fridge from Metro, they wouldn't do anything with it. So I had them sit it out there because my husband can't handle it. So I have to figure out what to do.
All right, now let's move on to the flooring. What about the flooring? What are you going to show me about the floor damage?
So if you scroll up, there will be two pictures of two large gouges where the new mover did not
Tell her
use
when to stop.
blankets. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going and stop. There's one of them, and then they're not very big, but they're very deep.
How many pieces of that laminate did they damage?
Two. About 5 foot inside the room.
And you're asking for $1,000. What would that $1,000 cover?
It would cover the time and material it would take me to try to find something decent to color match that. If it's even possible. If it's not possible, I'm not sure, Your Honor. I don't know, because it's out of my wheelhouse. I know that it's messed up. I didn't mess it up. They broke it. And the foreman even said, you guys are not doing this right. You have to tip things up, put blankets under them, and then move them. So it was very frustrating to me that did not seem to be something that anybody was concerned about. It's my brand new house. I would like to be the one to scratch the floors up.
So two of the pieces were damaged. And are they where the refrigerator sits, or are they somewhere
No,
else in the house?
they're right inside the front door of my house. For instance, when you have an insurance claim come through, if you have water damage on one part of a laminate floor, the insurance company will replace the whole floor, because you can't really replace part of a flooring unless you already have the material on hand, because it's too hard to match. It has to be the same size. The click lock interface has got to be the same mechanism. So I really didn't know what to ask for on that. I just know that it is damaged.
Okay, so
And I wanted it addressed.
You don't have any figures, you just kind of pulled that out of the air?
On that, yes, I did, because if I were to ask for the whole flooring, it would exceed the amount of small claims court.
I didn't know you wanted us to fix it at the time, Robin. You said, don't worry about the floor, so I didn't pursue that. We fix floors like this all the time, just because inevitably planks get scratched. That refrigerator, one of the feet on it had a sharp edge on it, so it created these gouges. It's
Yeah, but
something that's,
as a professional mover, shouldn't you have anticipated that?
he didn't realize there was a sharp edge on one of the feet in there. He
Can they
apologized.
eject it?
You know, typically go on the bottom of the appliances and start feeling around the bottom
So
for sharp edges.
excuse me, but you don't take, as a professional mover, you don't take any precautions to check for things that could damage floors?
We do like Robin said, he did not put the blanket underneath it. And that's why I said, we're okay with fixing that. That's not a problem.
What
Miss
would you do
Robin,
to fix that?
we just changed the planks out. You got to replace the planks out. And typically on that, we just pull them out. Usually on the back of it, it has the manufacturer's name on the back of the plank. And then you just go find one and put it in there.
So it's customary for you to damage and repair floors when you move people?
It sure is. People scratch their own floors all the time and they fix them.
But I'm saying it happens enough with your movers that it happens all the time, did you say?
It happens. It's not every time, but it happens. Floors get scratched.
And who do you use to do the repairs?
Mike Norton, usually American Flooring through Star Lumber. If it's just something like this, we'll send out our repair guy to these are just two planks. This isn't a major repair at all. This is just a matter of pulling those two out and then
Is this going to be like the refrigerator, that's if you can find the parts, or she's supposed to find the planks?
no, I wouldn't pull them out of there until we found them first. Those are probably bought locally. They're probably in El Dorado or Wichita. So there's a lot of laminate floor makers. So it's just a matter of sorting through it and finding the actual match for it. But like I said, at the time, Robin she said, don't worry about the floor. Let's try to get this refrigerator fixed. She was gracious in that respect. The refrigerator we were going above and beyond to go buy those parts, to which, like, again, valuation wise, our liability is limited to 30 cents per pound per item. We double that here. So by law, that's our valuation insurance coverage. And going out and buying the new ice maker and the flipper assembly even goes above and beyond our liability on the refrigerator. Now that's just the way it is. I didn't create the rules. This is just how the moving industry works. That's just how it is. And I know why it is too, because there wouldn't be a moving company that existed today if when
If
you
they had to
damage
pay
something.
for all the damage they actually did.
Yeah, there wouldn't be, because if the homeowners move their own stuff, they're gonna create 10 times more damage than we create. So it's just one of those things. When you move people's household, not everything is still in the boxes that it came in. It's a big difference.
They
Well,
moved us the first time without any damage. It was
I
such a great
understand.
move. We gave them $100 tip each.
No problem. Thank you for that. Yeah, we're sorry this happened. We can still fix that refrigerator too if you want to. Maybe use it as a backup fridge, but it's just literally was just a matter of finding those parts.
All right, I am going to order that judgment be entered for the plaintiff, not for the moving services. They did move the property, so I'm not going to say that you should get the benefit of them moving your property for free. You're responsible for the $850.77. The spackling for fixing your wall, $5.99. Yes, I will order that be paid to the plaintiff. I am going to order that the refrigerator replacement cost be paid by the defendant. You left this woman without a refrigerator and she still doesn't have one if she hadn't gone out and bought one. And it's not her responsibility to pay for the damage that your people did. And she waited very patiently. She put up with what a mess you left her. And then she ended up losing the cost of Thanksgiving dinner. I am going to pay the replacement or make you pay the replacement cost of her dinner. $500 sounds reasonable for 30 people, as expensive as common knowledge about Thanksgiving dinners is. So 500 for Thanksgiving replacement, spackling, and I'm going to make you pay for the new refrigerator, but I am going to give the old refrigerator to you, let you fix it like you said you're going to do, and you keep the value of the refrigerator, the old refrigerator. So come pick it up and take it to your shop and find the parts and get it fixed, and it's yours. The flooring, I feel like that is the responsibility of the people that damaged it, but you have not given me figures, Ms. Stitt, to work with at all on that. The Thanksgiving dinner, I think again, common knowledge, anybody that's been involved in preparing Thanksgiving dinners, that's pretty reasonable. But the flooring, I can't come to terms between you're getting 1,000, pulling that out of there because that's what's left to you in small claims to ask for, and him sitting there saying, oh, I can grab I'll call them tiles, 2 planks and put them in there. So I'm not going to award on the floor, even though I think that they did damage it. I just don't have any figures to work with on that, any evidentiary figures. So for the replacement refrigerator minus the defendant coming and getting the old refrigerator and fixing that and getting whatever he can out of it. And then so that's 2,455.72. And then there is $5.99 for the spackling and $500 for the spoiled food. So you're looking at $2,455.72 plus $5.99 plus $500 equals judgment of $2,961.71. I'm going to order that that be paid within 14 days and that the other refrigerator be picked up within 14 days. And you have 14 days to appeal this judgment.